Perhaps a hot take here, but I think that the collection log update is one of the most important updates to OSRS in the last few years. I, like many others, have enjoyed watching other people's journeys of collecting on YouTube. However, I've always wondered to myself, why are these always maxed accounts? Okay, obviously that's a rhetorical question. Once you've maxed and have max gear, you're not too concerned about spending 100 mil on implings or if hunting down mystic gloves is efficient for your Slayer gains. However, I do think it's a shame that completionist content has been put to the back burner. It's been relegated to something that you do once you have nothing else to do. Now, if you go on the wiki, you can find the perfect Ironman starting path efficiency-wise. It'll lay out every step that you need to take from beginning to the mid-early end game. However, what if you were to start a brand new account with completion as the goal from the very beginning? And how does that affect that path? How does that affect what an efficient path is with the redefined goal? What I mean is, if you had completion as the goal from the very beginning, wouldn't the order of things change? Wouldn't certain very niche minigame rewards all of a sudden make sense to knock out of the way early, or certain niche Slayer drops? Like, what if, for example, as an Ironman, the Baronite Mace becomes your best-in-slot weapon for hunting cockatrices for Mystic Boots for a very small window of your account? Because if you have to go do Cam Dissolve anyways, you might as well green log it when it has at least a small amount of utility for your account. Or like, when is it efficient to go do aerial fishing and green log aerial fishing? Like, nobody does that actually for XP, but if you have to green log it anyways, I'm sure there's a point in your hunter and fishing journey in which that makes sense to do so. Or when should you go hunt down the Odium Ward? If you have to go green log the wilderness anyways, maybe it makes sense to go grab that before getting your fire cape. I don't know, these are all hypotheticals, but the list of possibilities goes on, and I think the potential for efficient routes is endless and highly up for debate. But that's why I decided to make this account, is approach this playstyle trying to complete the content as it's most relevant to the account. Like, I'm a big fan of having a different approach to the game, but personally I'm just not a big fan of the trend nowadays of, a different approach being just more and more restrictions to your account. I don't know about you guys, but for me, a Lumbridge Castle task locked Ultimate Ironman is just not my idea of fun. I like RuneScape and I want to experience all the content, and so I think that this account is a perfect opportunity to do that, approach things in a slightly different angle with a different goal while still having access to everything. So I present to you OSRS Road to Completion. I found this old screenshot, which I think it was my inspiration for this account originally, and that's more or less the format that I intend to structure this challenge around. I want to classify the different completion items as either comp or trim comp, kind of like it was in RS2, to set two distinct goals. I want comp to be representative of completing the core content of the game, as well as having done everything, i.e. quest cape, achievement cape, max, all skilling outfits, any permanent unlocks, etc. And then I got to figure out how to weave the collection log into that. Maybe that's like one slot of every category and half of them greened or something. I don't know. And then trim comp would likely be like all pets, green log, maybe besides clue scrolls, GM combat achievements, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but the top of the line stuff. But this is where I need your help. I haven't seriously played OSRS since about 2020-ish. I've logged on a bit here and there since, but there's actually so much content that I'm unfamiliar with, and I don't know exactly how to define these tiers, nor approach this challenge at all. Like, I have some ideas in mind, but I'm sure there's tons of new content that's gonna change things. So please leave your comments below, and I would really appreciate your assistance in defining those tiers. But what I just listed will be used as a rough guideline until we figure out a proper criteria in, I don't know, episode 5 or something. With that being said, let's get into episode 1, Hunting the Phoenix. So this account I originally started back in 2022. Because of that, this video will probably be mostly voiced over, but I'm going to work on the editing and stuff going forward. The first Ironman I ever made, I never did Wintertod, at least not the Wintertod start, despite it being the clear meta at the time. I just really hated Wintertod, had no interest in doing that. However, with this account, I decided to take a 180, not leaving the frozen prison until I completed it. Why? Well, remember, this was 2022. The recent Wintertodt updates hadn't come out yet, and at that time, doing Wintertodt with 99 HP was a massive pain and required a ton of brews that I will later need for green logging bosses. So I figured we'd knock it out while I had 10 HP. So expecting a massive grind, I wanted to take some steps to set myself up for success, knowing that I could be at Wintertodt for a long time. I wanted to make sure I could get the most out of it, specifically doing what I could to get my stats up to make the most out of the rewards. For those of you who don't know, Wintertodt crates give higher level resources depending on your levels associated with those resources. Higher level herb lore means higher level herbs, higher level fishing means higher level fish, etc. So before I started Wintertodt, I wanted to get some quests done to get those stats up. Here is what I did and why. It's a quite specific order that I had all planned out. First thing on the agenda was collecting 1,000 cakes, which might seem like a ton, but I actually used a lot of them. Then knocking out Monk's Friend for the additional woodcutting XP. Then I did Daddy's Home. Reason being is it gives me a free house as well as construction XP, and getting construction XP early is actually a really big advantage to my XP over the long term, because repairing the braziers at Wintertodt gives you 4 times your construction level. So if you were to go from, say, level 1 construction to level 20 before you start, you go from 4 XP per brazier fix to 80. And so that's a big jump start. Then I knocked out the museum quiz, probably because I was just passing through the area. Then I did the cook's assistant, probably also because I was passing through the area, but I also needed cooking for a red berry pie. Then I did rune mysteries because I also wanted to knock out the Arty Cloak 1 before I headed to Wintertodt, which I'm glad I did, and that's a requirement. Then did the Tower of Life for the additional crafting XP. Then knocked out 50 fire making. Obviously, that's the Wintertodt requirement, but also so I could do Sea Slug. I wanted to get my fishing up again for better fish from crates. And then after Sea Slug, we took a little bit of a detour, finishing off the angler outfit from Fishing Trawler, which might seem really random, but I needed the outfit anyways. The outfit is a comp requirement, so getting it early seemed like the best choice. Also, I need to go to Fishing Trawler anyways for a few tasks for the Arty Cloak 1. So honestly, I figured why not knock it out? Then I can do some AFK fishing on the side if I needed some AFK time, and I'm glad I did that. Then I did Plague City because it's a requirement for Biohazard. It also gives me mining levels. Then Murder Mystery for the crafting XP. Then Gertrude's Cat for the cats as well as the additional cooking XP. Then X marks the spot, putting the XP into fletching because I need 10 fletching for another quest. Then Doric's quest for the additional mining XP. Then, now that we have 10 cooking from those other quests that we did the Knight's Sword. Then I finished off 10 fletching so I could do the Tourist Trap, putting those lamps into agility. No particular reason there, just to get into a little bit of extra agility levels. Then I did Druidic Ritual because I need to be able to make potions for Wintertodt solos, as well as Jungle Potion for the additional Herb Lore XP. Then Dwarf Cannon for the additional crafting XP. Followed by Client of Korend for the additional Herb Lore XP, which gave me the level that I needed to do the dig site for the additional herb lore and mining XP. Then I did the observatory for the additional crafting XP again, and then the elemental workshop for more crafting and smithing XP. And with all of that, I went and made a few dueling rings, games necklaces, and headed off to the frozen prison for a long time. So finally, Wintertodt time. That prep might have seemed like a lot, but with these stats that I'm starting with, I'm getting a really healthy boost to construction and fletching compared to the other accounts starting at level 1. I'm also going to get much better rewards because of those extra levels I got. Man, looking at these clips gives me PTSD. I am so glad to be out of that place. The plan was to do normal masses just until I got to level 90. Don't recall the justification exactly there, but that is what I did. And, we opened up all those little crates once we got to level 90. And here you can see the loot from level 90 right there. Nothing to write home about, but obviously that's not a whole lot of Wintertodt.
All right, I didn't quite have enough sapphires and emeralds to get me to the level that, 28 XP left. To get me to the level that I need to cut rubies, which is level 34. But after cutting those, we went from 27 to 31 crafting, almost 32. And as I open up more crates, I'll get up there and start cutting the diamonds and rubies as well. All right, did 3 solos, got up to 91 fire making, just got at the end of that last one. 60 wood cutting as well, and 59 fletching. All right, I got to do them one at a time because they're full crates, but what? 2 tomes? Oh, that's our 3rd tome. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. I don't need those. I need the pet. Oh my god. We're going to get like... Oh, feels bad, man. Look at that. 3 tomes of fire. Still no worm gloves even. I'm just trying to finish the log, man. Okay. Okay, standard stuff from this one. No uniques, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. We got our worm gloves, so that's another collection log slot, but we're still missing the pet, a couple pyromancer pieces, and yeah, that's it.
All right, that game there we got 95 fire making and 56 construction, but I also worked on a couple throughout the day. Like I had some breaks at work and stuff like that. Got 3 crates there. So let's see if we pull anything interesting. At this rate, I would think that I'm overdue for like at least the other pyromancer piece or something. Ah, there we are. All right, nice to get that out of the way. I think I'm missing the boots now, or is there another boots? Let's see here. All right, just pyromancer boots. I guess that's nice to get out of the way. But I mean, if I don't get the boots before I get the Phoenix, that'd be, I mean, pretty crazy. So I'm not really that worried about it. Well, there's 99 fire making. No Phoenix yet, but after this run, I should have 4 or 5 crates, I think, and we'll do a check-in on progress, see where we're at with levels and items and all that stuff. All right, finished up the last game. Well, not the last one. We still don't have the pet, assuming that we don't get it from those crates here. But last game for 99, and here is what you can expect to get if going for 99. If you took the path that I did, doing the prerequisite quests that I did, right? Some of the little bit of construction training that I did in the beginning really helped a lot. Like now I got up to 64 construction, which I think is a lot higher than you would typically. And then also 68 fletching as well, which is awesome to see. And we're not even done. I mean, hopefully we're done if we get lucky here. But let's open up these crates and then we can go over the loot as well. Got 4 of them that I kind of saved up. I know it doesn't look impressive like you saved it up, but each of these solos takes like an hour. So it's actually quite a bit. And anyways, if we go back to the loot, this is what the loot looks like from those chests to 99 so far. We did get 3 tomes of fire, which is nice, I suppose. I think you can turn the other ones in for pages, right? So that's nice. Decent amount of herbs. These are split up between clean and dirty, as well as the gems are split up. I've been trying to keep on top of these things just so that I can get the maximum value. Like I can get the maximum value out of my chests, right? As far as levels and everything, because the higher the levels you are, the higher resources you get. So I've been trying to keep up on that. That's also why I did some fishing quests and whatnot, so that I get some sharks and swordfish, because these are basically useful for getting my cooking through the early levels, and that's about it. So I guess I'll buy one of these. One of those kind of newbie things that like every starter Ironman has, but why not? I think stats wise, well, I guess we can see right there. For magic and prayer, it's worse, but it has some defense bonuses. So there might be some cases in which we want to wear that over the Artie cape. A bit random, but this is a clip of the waterfall quest. At this point, I believe I was around 15 mil XP or so, and I wanted something that I could AFK. So I did this so that I could do some barb fishing, which in hindsight, there was probably other things that I could have been AFKing, but you know, it is what it is. I saved up 10 solo crates over like 2 days. I've been doing a lot of AFKing just because I've been working and stuff. But yeah, let's open some of these. Hopefully we get lucky. Maybe I'll just drop everything on the ground and see if we get anything. Another Tome of Fire. Oh my god, I've gotten 5 of those now. Oh yeah, some of these are not full, by the way. But it should be like an average of 24, 25 rolls, I think. 10 hours or so of, well, I mean, oh, another Tome of Fire? What the hell? 6 of those. Oh, I know some people have gone super dry on those. Okay, some more pyro pieces. I just want the damn pet so they can get the hell out of here. Hey, look at this. We got the big bass. I didn't even realize we got that until I went to my bank and went to deposit all, and this didn't go in there. So, yeah, as you see, you get a lot of junk from doing this kind of fishing. But hey, we got that, and that should be our first, I believe it's our first miscellaneous slot in the collection log. If we go to the miscellaneous tab, we have got one. We got the big bass. So I guess now we'll go for the big swordfish. Maybe what I'll do actually is go and keep doing barb fishing until I get 68. And then I'll unlock the fishing guild, obviously, right? So I think it would be better to do it there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going for the big swordfish in our AFK time until hopefully we can finally get the phoenix. Most of these crates, there's 24 crates here. Most of them are 28s, 27s. There's a couple of them that aren't, but most of them are. Let's open them all up and see if I can actually play the game now, because I am so goddamn sick of Winter Todd. It's gonna honestly kill me a little bit inside if we don't get it here. Oh my god, 4 left. This took me like a week to get these 3.5 something million fire making XP. Again, really close to the pet drop rate. I know, I guess maybe I don't technically deserve it yet, but oh god, please. I just really need to get the hell out of here. Well, I guess not done with Winter Todd yet, unfortunately. 6 tomes so far. Take a look. I said before, I'm not going to wait for the axe. Don't need it. I can get this collection log slot from DK's. I just need this thing. 368. This is what the log looks like. A lot of tomes, that's nice, I suppose, but... Oh yeah, by the way, this is what the loot tab looks like right now. Certainly coming along. Lots of resources there. I'm gonna go do some fishing for a bit while I do some work stuff. Yeah. Man, when I was watching back those old clips to investigate how many rolls that I've done, man, I was so optimistic when when I had 90 fire making and I was opening those first crates. I was still just so optimistic, and now I'm just like, oh, I just need to get the hell out of here. And I realize it's not even that many. The good news is my rates are speeding up since I've started using like a lot more potions and stuff, and I've figured out that you can like take advantage of the potions basically and use a lot more to get a lot more points. So things are going along faster. I would say a 13,000 point solo takes like 45 minutes instead of an hour. So that speed things up pretty significantly. But yeah, man, I'm just so sick of Winter Todd. I never liked Winter Todd to begin with. And that's why I really wanted to start this to begin, like to start off the series, just get it over with. And then also that way I don't have to come back to Winter Todd with high HP, right? Which sucks even more. Like later on, I just want to get it over with. Just get it out of the way. The resources and stuff obviously are very nice, like really nice, but the main thing is just getting it over with. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a long time coming. We're up to over 31 million fire-making XP now, 31.5 million-ish. We've got 41 solo crates to open. Again, I went for an extra one because I think I was below average on these because there's a couple that were really low. But per my math, I think we're at about 165-ish, 165-ish solos, plus the original like normal ones that I did before. This should bring us up to about the drop rate for the pet. And so yeah, I'm really hoping that we can just get this over with because yeah, this is not a fun grind. Checking in on the stats though, real quick. If we take a look here, oh, I screwed up my view, not having rune light. Again, 31 million fire making. We're almost to 78 construction, which is kind of crazy. Definitely do Daddy's Home, and I think I did the Tower of Life before this, so that gave me a nice boost to construction to give me a lot more XP over the long term. So yeah, I've cleaned a handful of herbs here, and just between that and making the potions, right now I'm getting basically 3.5 herbal XP per potion, so that's like, with how many potions I make, probably about 100 or so XP per game. So, you know, another 20 solos will get a level, something like that. But anyways, wish me luck, Jagex. It's Christmas Eve. Please just give me the goddamn Phoenix so I can get out of here. Whoa, this is not looking good. 3 clays left, please. Oh, God. Okay, another pyro piece. I don't care. There's one left. Oh, my God. I'm still stuck here, aren't I? Well, I can officially start complaining now, I'm pretty sure. Good news is I should get 78 construction and fletching soon. But, oh, God, that sucks. I'm just like heartbroken. I don't even know what to. This is the last piece of content that I want to go dry on. And that catches us up to 2025. I just got a sudden burst of motivation to come hunt it again. This was a few weeks ago now, and there's been some major changes to Wintertod. I realize this is not new for any of you. This happened a few months ago now. But there's several quality of life changes, but the biggest one being that they changed the damage system into the warmth system. So now you can reasonably do Wintertod with 99 HP. Your HP doesn't affect it at all. And it's actually very easy now to do, I would say, with 99 fire making. You barely need any food whatsoever. And I didn't know about these changes when I decided to come back, but once I did, I decided that enough's enough. I am going to go for 50 million fire making XP, and if I don't get it before then, I'm going to put it off till later, since now I can put it off till later. And the other change they made is now 200 mil fire making boosts your pet rate at Wintertod. It didn't before, like it does for like the beaver and stuff like that. So perhaps this is a little bit of a long shot, but I'm figuring that 200 mil fire making might not be that difficult to get down the line, especially if we do a ton of Shades of Morton, if we use the Inferno ads thing to get the beaver down the line. I think it's very, very reasonable that we could get close to 200 mil. And maybe that's just copium, but that's my philosophy. And I'd really like to get to the rest of the game. So here is 50 mil fire making XP, and unfortunately no Phoenix. I think I have a couple pulls to make here yet, but you're gonna see no Phoenix. And the other thing I thought about this, stopping at this point, is I feel like it's in the best for the spirit of the account, because look at these stats. They are ridiculous. ridiculous. Can you imagine if I went to 100 or worse? God, please, no. But if I keep going dry, my stats will just keep getting higher and higher. And again, the whole point of this is to complete more mid and low level content. So I felt like this is a good place to stop. Maybe we can come back and do like a 50,000 point one every now and then, every once a week or something like that. But I can put it off till later, and I'm not too worried about it. So I apologize if that was a little bit anticlimactic after all this build up, but I've got some exciting plans coming for the near episodes, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Please, again, leave your comments below about different paths I should take, how I should define the comp thing. Again, I'm really unfamiliar with the new content, but I do have an idea in mind for the next couple of episodes, but after that, I'm going to need some help. So please leave those comments below and check out this final tab. Some of this fishing stuff is from fishing, but most of this is from Wintertod. I mean, we've definitely set ourselves up handsomely for the rest of the game, but obviously it wasn't the plan that it was going to take this long. The other thing is now the collection log shows you how many rolls that you've done on the table. Didn't do that before, and it looks like the final number was about 7,800, so we were almost double dry on that. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I'm really excited about the rest of this series. There should be a lot more variety and interesting content and interesting paths going forward, and I'm really hyped about it.